So welcome back to London, everyone. I thought I'd have a wander around this little park, Pall Mall. Don't know it too well. Obviously I know the name, I've owned it plenty of times playing Monopoly. But yeah, there's a couple of things I want to see around here. But first off, I need a coffee to liven me up a bit. And there's quite a nice little coffee bar just along here called Rights of Pall Mall. And once I've had a coffee, I might have something to eat as well. There's a little gallery round the corner that I want to look at. But yeah, this little place here, Rights of Pall Mall. Going to try it out. So this road's called Waterloo Place. It's just off Pall Mall, and this is where the gallery is that I want to go and have a look at. I'm not sure if it's open yet, I'm a little bit early, it's Saturday morning. The sausage sandwich and coffee in Wrights was really nice. I think it was £9. But they do a little fried breakfast in there for I think £10 or something, so pretty good for like West End of London prices. That is the gallery. It's called Iconic Images Gallery. Let's see if it's open. I've just opened the door. Perfect timing. And look, we're greeted by David Bowie. Wow, this is a really cool art gallery. There's a lot of Terry O'Neill photographs. You may be aware of Terry O'Neill. He was like a bit of an iconic photographer from the sort of swinging 60s. There's a lot of his famous pictures in here. I'll show you a few, and I think there's a few other people's as well, but yeah, there's loads of pictures you may recognise in here, and they're all available to buy. I don't know if my budget will stretch that far, unless a few more people watch these vlogs. Right, let's have a look at a few. Yeah, there's a lot of other photographers other than Terry O'Neill. This one's by Justin de Villeneuve. That is an iconic picture of Twiggy and Bowie. And I think that one, unframed, is 3,600. And it's, look, they've got the number there, so it's 6 of 50. But yeah, God, I'd love to have that hanging on my wall. That's the classic one of Jimi Hendrix. I went and looked at his apartment in another vlog. Have you seen it? A few vlogs ago. And that's cool, isn't it? Freddie Mercury. Done up as a vicar in a leather jacket. Brilliant. So the photographer for these ones of Bowie was Dennis O'Regan. Fantastic. That one's brilliant. Everything like having a boxing thing. Where is that, I wonder? Could it be Vegas? I don't know. Such brilliant photos though. I love stuff like this. No, that is fantastic. Such an iconic photo of Ali. £6.5 that one, unframed. Behind these ones. Fantastic. Oh yeah, that was when he was like he had a go at Joe Fraser out in the street. Was it set up, do you reckon, or was that real? I remember like they had a lot of hatred between the two of them. Brilliant photos though. Oh, this is pretty helpful. These are all the photographers that are on show here, but there's like a little booklet on each one telling you a little bit about each of the photos and that. But what a fantastic gallery this is, and it's free to get in as well. Well worth a visit. Fantastic, these photos. Look at that one. That was a Queen arriving at Nebworth in the late 80s, I think. Was anyone watching this vlog at that concert? Look at that crowd. That's a classic one, isn't it? I think that's at Main Road, Manchester. So that one there of Elton John's by Terry O'Neill is the only one that was ever signed by him. I think he passed away about 5 or 6 years ago. 50 grand, that one. If I ever win in Vegas, might have some of that. There's a signed one of the Rolling Stones there, 12.5 grand. That's a great one. That's from Terry O'Neill again, of Bridget Bardot. And he says, she didn't speak a lick of English and I don't speak French, so our relationship, regrettably, was only between my camera and her beauty. I think that's one of Terry O'Neill's most famous ones. It's of Faye Dunaway, the morning after she won an Oscar, around a swimming pool in an LA hotel, I think it is. But yeah, brilliant, what a great photo, look. She's read the papers, there's her Oscar on the table. She's probably got a stinking hangover. Love that one. Well, there's some good ones of Oasis when they were young. Did anyone watching this go to the recent concerts? My son did. He said it was biblical. Mind you, he did have plenty to drink. But great photos. Yeah, if you're interested in this sort of thing, well worth a visit. Free to get in. There's quite a lot of them for sale. And yeah, just some iconic, fantastic photographs. A lot of them you've probably seen before. I think though, out of all of them, I don't know why, but that one of Kate Moss is my favourite because she's like proper wrecked. She's got her Marlboro lights in her hand. She's obviously coming out of a club. Yeah, I remember them days. But yeah, it just captures something. Yeah, brilliant. So I was talking to the gentleman who works here, and these are signed and numbered Terry O'Neill. That's 2 of 25. These are a rare commodity. That's about £1,000, that one. I'll tell you what, if I had £1,000 on me, I'd be tempted. But some brilliant photos. And if I win in Vegas, I think I'll be back. So just a road back from Pall Mall, St James's Square, and I was just walking along here. You can't actually get into the square, but I noticed a memorial for Yvonne Fletcher. This is where, I don't know if you saw my vlog last time out, but I mentioned this lady, this police woman. She was shot, and that is the exact spot where she was killed. So one of these must have been the embassy. I can't see no signs up for it. Yeah, a sad piece of history, really. Even though you're like sort of right near the West End here, so quiet around these streets, and this is like Saturday midday. Crown Passage looks interesting. Let's go and have a look down here. I think that's Pall Mall in front of us, that main road. Yeah, right, interesting part of London this is. There's a lot of sort of like art places around here and auction rooms and stuff. It's yeah, quite high end. This is interesting, this little place. I think that might be the oldest shop in London. Hang on, I've got to look this up. I'm sure I've read about this. So I just bumped into a builder who's actually working in there, making it sort of fire safe, because obviously it's an old shop. That is the oldest hat shop in the world. I think it's the oldest shop in London. This is actually the back of it though. But he said you can go around the front and go in there, and they've got a heritage room and you can have a look. But yeah, I'd heard about it. Right, let's keep walking down here. There's a little pub tucked down here and all, the Red Lion. Don't know if it's open yet. I might have a look later. So I'm round the front now of Lock & Co. The oldest hat shop in the world, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what that builder told me. There's a 007 sign on the flag, so I don't know what the link is with James Bond. Let's go in and see if I can film the heritage room. Wow, it's amazing these shops still exist. Might get myself a flat cap. There you are, on the door, founded in 1676. And I'll tell you what, looking at that door and this actual shop front, it looks all original. Amazing. Right, I'm going in, hopefully. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Where's the heritage room? Down the end? Right, thank you. Thank you. Heritage room through there.
Right that way, sir.
Lovely, thank you.
Are you going upwards?
Wow.
Yes.
What an amazing shop, bowler hats.
Okay, so
Wow.
size 59.
Did Winston get his hat here? I bet he did. This is the heritage room. Wow. Wow, so these are obviously the tags off famous people's orders. Who we got? Stella McCartney, Duke of Windsor, Sir Alex Guinness. Wow. Do not touch. And there's the old contraption. I think that's what they use to sort of measure someone's head correctly. What else we got? Wow, there's the old like ledger of all the people that have brought hats in here. Wow, there's a photo of the shop many years ago. Hasn't changed a bit really. It's hard to film these because there's a bit of a reflection, but these hats there was used in the film The Darkest Hour. Gary Oldman played Winston Churchill, and then up the top here, that is the sort of thing they use to size the Queen's head. You can see it's got the Queen written on it. And yeah, look, Charlie Chaplin. That's this street back in the day. Amazing seeing that. So I was just talking to the gentleman who works here, and that is a copy of Nelson's, I think it's called a Bicorn, but they actually made the original that he actually wore, but this is obviously a copy. But that is incredible. This shop made Nelson's hat. And he said there's normally a lot more on display in here, but they've had quite a lot of work done. It's been repainted, so if I ever come back there should be a lot more. Brilliant. What an amazing shop. Thanks for letting me look around.
You're very welcome, sir. You're
Cheers.
Welcome.
Oh, there's the
Just say
Queen.
something quickly before you go.
Yeah, do you mind me filming?
No, I don't mind. Well, I mean, we're repainting at the moment.
Oh, right, okay.
It's unfortunate, but just mind your clothes. But,
Yep.
But this is so this staircase is actually an original coffin staircase, and not many of these exist.
Right.
But just mind yourself, because that's just been painted.
Right, okay, yeah.
But if you come in here,
Right.
and you look up, you can see quite clearly
Wow.
the shape of it.
Wow, yeah.
And this is because the undertakers used to charge you by the floor.
Right. To get the coffins down.
Yes.
And that what? And it fits perfectly in that gap.
Yeah, exactly.
That is incredible.
Exactly.
I've just touched my head on the wall. I hope I haven't marked your wall.
The wall's all right. It's the banister you want to be careful.
So what? They lowered it down on a rope.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and that would essentially stop you from paying tax.
How amazing.
Yeah. Because this was all lodgings upstairs.
Right.
This was an inn called the Feathers.
Right. Oh, right, okay.
Before we moved in.
And do you know that actual shop front? Should we walk back through that way?
Yeah.
Do you know that shop front? Is it because it looks the original?
Yes. Yeah.
Like the door and everything.
Well, actually, the original front of the building would have been here.
Oh, right.
Before they extended it out.
Right. Oh, gotcha. They added a bit onto the front of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and interestingly, we've got 2 front doors. So a figurines manufacturer.
Right.
And also it was a clock maker.
Wow, you get a lot of tourists, I'm thinking.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. And so before there was a partition wall,
Gotcha.
which basically led upstairs.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thanks for talking to me.
Yeah, no worries.
I want to ask you.
And that clock was already here when we moved in. That's Georgian, that clock.
Wow. And I've noticed the 007 did you make hats for
Yeah,
Bond?
so we did the very first films.
Right, okay.
So Dr. No.
Right.
In fact, the first scene that you see Bond, he's wearing this.
What about, do you know the guy that throws the hat with that cuts people's heads? Odd job. Wow.
Hi, how you doing?
Oh, well, thanks for talking to me.
Gotcha.
Cheers, take care.
Thank you.
Well, that was pretty amazing. What a lovely guy he was. Maxwell, I think his name was. And he gave me a little guided tour and told me a few interesting facts and that. Yeah, brilliant. I'm going to come back when they've got the display fully up and running again, because at the moment it's just a few things in there. But an amazing shop. So a few doors down from Lock & Co, that incredible hat shop, is this place, Berry Brothers and Rudd. I think it's one of the oldest wine merchants in London, or it might even be in the UK. There's another branch of it round the corner that's open. This one's not open at the moment. But then, you're getting a bit of an history lesson today, hope you don't mind. But then down this mad little alleyway is a plaque on the wall. If any of you Americans are watching, this might be interesting. Look, Texas legation. In this building was the legation for the ministers from the Republic of Texas. So this was, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, where the Texas embassy was, or offices to do with Texas, when it was an independent country, not part of the United States. So anyone watching from Texas, this is where your old embassy was. Let's walk down this alleyway. I tell you what an interesting part of London this is. Look at this. This is like, it just feels like you're going back in time. I don't know what's down here. Like a restaurant there, and then that must be the back of the other shop. Yeah, I don't think you can get through that way, can you? No. Yeah. Let's go round the corner to the shop. Yeah, so right on the corner of Pall Mall is what looks like the newest store of Berry and Rudd. I wonder if I'm allowed to go in. I'm going to turn my camera off and go in and have a look. Pretty amazing shop. The gentleman, I was just telling him I make little vlogs, and he just offered me a little try of this, the King's Ginger. But as you may know, I don't drink. Got me in too much trouble back in the day. But amazing shop. 1698 it opened. The the gentleman said to go and have a look in the reserve, which is in here, which has got some of their most expensive bottles. But amazing, $16.98 this was made, this shop, or it opened. Let's have a look at some of the prices here. Look at that one, 10 grand. £30,000 that one. Wow. Amazing. 40 grand that one. Oh, that one, I won't show it properly. I'll find the most expensive one and show you. Well, some of these are like 5s and 6 grands. Oh look, there's a cheap one here, 1,000. But the dearest one I could find, wait for it, is this weird looking bottle, and it is £71,000 for that bottle. Can you imagine having that sort of money and being able to get on the lash? 71 grand for a bottle of drink. Incredible. And that one's cheap, look, it's only 42.5 grand, that one.
It's going to have still more of a kind of richer character than the liquid would have, because I think the liquid.
It's an incredible part of London, this is. And you can easily miss this little part. Look, Winston Churchill lived in this house, 1880 to 1883. Right, I'm back on King Street. That Red Lion, is it called the Red Lion down the alleyway? That don't open for another hour and a half, and I can't wait that long, I'm starving. So I'm going to try this one. I don't know nothing about it, I've done no research. The Golden Lion looks a lovely pub though. Hopefully they do some nice food in here. Let's go in and have a look. I'm expecting good things. This is the busiest pub going. I feel bad though, I've just sat down at their last table with 3 seats. I'm on my own of course, and loads of people have come in and there's no other tables available, so I think there's a couple outside. What a busy little boozer this is. Anyway, let's get to the important thing, because I am starving. I have gone for, I don't know why, where is it? This, the venison, hang on, the venison hooch is it called? Served with char-grilled hispy cabbage, sweet potato, merlot and blackberry juice. 18.45. I'm expecting good things, and I've got myself a Coke, and yeah, lovely old boozer. Very busy. I weren't expecting it because this road's dead quiet outside, and you come in here and it's like mobbed. And just like that, everyone's gone. I think they've gone up. There's a dining room upstairs actually. A few of them went up there. Right, this will tell you a little bit about the Golden Lion. It was built in 1762. Still feels like the pub where you are most likely to be getting home by horse-drawn carriage, as did Napoleon, Lily Langtry and Oscar Wilde. That is preferable to spending the night with our barmaid ghost, who was murdered by a former landlady. How true do you reckon all this is? Anyway, it's a lovely old boozer. I'll show you my food in a minute. I don't know why I went for that, but it just popped out of me, and I thought, yeah, something a bit different. Right, this looks amazing. So there's the venison hooch, or whatever it's called. I don't know what I was expecting. It wasn't this, but it looks delicious. There's carrots, there's some vegetables under there. It's quite dark in this pub, but I'm going to get stuck in and tell you what it's like. I have no idea. Right, here we go. So underneath all the vegetables in this sort of jus, I think they call it, And then there's two big old chunks of venison. I've just cut in and it absolutely looks delicious. Right, I'm going to try that and I'll tell you exactly what it's like. I think I made the right choice here. Wow, this is delicious. I'm just trying to sort of work out what's in it. I think there's a bit of cauliflower in there. We know there's the cabbage, there's obviously the carrots, and then quite big old pieces of venison actually. Really nice. I've got to say, I'm impressed with this. Really nice it is, really tasty. The venison's lovely, all the veg, and this sort of like, what was it, like a raspberry sort of flavoured sort of sauce. Sounds a bit strange, but it sort of goes well with the venison. Really, really enjoying this. Delicious. I think you can tell that by looking at that plate. So it says the Fiesta bar's upstairs. I'm not sure if these are all... Yeah, because it's sort of like a lot of Fietas around here, so it probably is a bit of a place where they come. Do we know any of these people? A couple of them look familiar. Oh look, there's Oscar Wilde. Oh, this is nice. Very nice. Little bar up here. They do Sunday roast as well. Yeah, only a little pub, but quite interesting. Right. Let's go and have a walk. I think this is called the Queen's Passage. Takes you through to Green Park, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, Green Park the other side. Right, there's somewhere I want to go and have a look at, which is sort of the other side of Green Park. So I'm going to walk through. I'll show you when we get there. Yeah, so this is Green Park. The other side of here is where I'm heading. It's called Apsley House. It was the former home of the Duke of Wellington. And I've wanted to have a look around that for a little while, so I'm going to see if I can get a ticket and go in there now. I'll show you when we get there. Right, as I'm going to the Duke of Wellington's house, I think we should walk through the Duke of Wellington Arch. And that's what this is in front of us. So I was just walking through the arch on the way to the house, and I noticed you can go in the arch. Got myself a ticket, £8. I'll show you inside. I've got no idea what's in here. Gift shop. Right. There is a lift, but you know me, I always like to take the stairs, work off a few of these cakes. How high does it go? Oh Christ, it's quite high, have a look. Right, let's see what this is all about. In fact, I'm going to go to the top first and work my way down. I'm out of breath. Right, there's some quite odd modern art exhibition on this floor. I think you can go a bit further up though. it's sort of like a modern art thing. But that's why I come here, to get outside. Right, let's go here. Wow, I never knew you could come up here. Wow, it's actually a really nice view up here. That's the place I'm going to next. See this house there, behind them trees? That's where the Duke of Wellington lived. There's a World War II memorial there. Alright, so this little map shows you what's what. So that there is the Royal Artillery Memorial. This is this one here. That's the Lanesborough Hotel behind it, quite a famous hotel in London. And then you got oh, that's the Wellington Memorial. And then Aspley House, just through there. The horses are just above you, so you can't actually walk all the way round. You can go out the other side, but you've got to go back in and out the other door. Right, I'm on the other side now. That's Hyde Park Corner through there, and then that's looking back round. Green Park would be behind them trees, and that is Constitution Hill, that road in front of us. Let's see if we can see any buildings in the distance. See a little bit over there. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, you can see the top of the Shard over there. Can you see that? And a bit of the London Eye peeking through. It's not the clearest of days. That behind that wall there is Buckingham Palace, I think. Yeah, that is the gardens. Do you reckon I could get over that fence? I reckon I could get over there. Go and see the King. Not that I'm too interested in going to see the King, but yeah, a different angle of London from up here. So on this level there's a memorial in memory of all those of all ranks of the artillery, regular, special reserves, territorial and new armies who gave their lives during the Great War. Wow, I was just looking at that picture of when they unveiled that memorial we saw from the roof, and look at the crowds of people. It's wonderful to see. And yeah, I was just reading that as well. 184,000 casualties. 20% of all those who served in the regiment. Tragic, really. Wow, it's quite amazing things to read. That guy is saying goodbye to his horse that's been fatally injured. And I was just reading that, makes you proud, doesn't it? The British Expeditionary Force sent to France in 1914 was smaller than the enormous conscript armies of other European nations, but it proved itself as the finest fighting force in Europe. So these are real artefacts found in the trenches. They're actual real objects, but they're just behind like a plastic thing. But look, someone's razor, forks, a comb, a plate, buttons off a uniform. Quite incredible, really. He's looking down at people walking through the arch. This is on the first floor. I'll show you some of the interesting objects. That's a great photo. That's PC Harry Randall, who used to sort of guard this arch. And the giant key, see the giant key? They reckon that was for the great iron gates on one side of the arch. So that's the entrance. I've just been into the arch, and that is the iron gates there. Pretty impressive. Obviously there's two of them. Right, let's go over to the house and see Wellington's house now. That's quite a nice shot. Wellington on his horse with the Wellington arch in the background. I wonder if he got his hat made at Lock and Co. I bet he probably did. Been around long enough. Look at the old private, the old route master. I'd jump on if that rope weren't there. Wow, do you remember them? Right, here it is. Apsley House. I think it's a little bit under the radar, this place. Hopefully I can get a ticket and go in. Here's your opening times if you're thinking of coming. Well, there, look, I've learnt something already. He was born in Dublin. And they moved to Knightsbridge when he was an awkward little boy. So there he is, the great man himself. And why he's so great, obviously, is because of the Battle of Waterloo, which he won with his troops. I'm doing the audio tour, so I'll these are all his descendants. I'll try and show you some of the interesting bits. I won't go into it too deep though, like you're falling asleep. But yeah. So all these objects are sort of gifts and artefacts given to the Duke. Amazing though. Some of these I wonder if they're like real silver. I'm sure they are. That there is called the Wellington Shield. That was presented to him by the London bankers, I think. Yeah, they raised £7,000 to have that manufactured back in 1814. Wow. These two opposite, either side of the shield are candelabras. Amazing. Yeah, he explains it here. After the victory over Napoleon, he was showered with gifts, so he had to create this room to house them all in. Wow. I'm glad he's got that leaf covering his bits, ladies. Wow, what an impressive staircase. Amazing. Yeah, one for the ladies. And a few of you blokes. So this statue is actually depicting Napoleon. Pretty incredible when you think that like the Duke of Wellington would have been walking around all these hallways and rooms. Oh, look at some of his uniforms. Wow. So this room is called the Wellington's Dutch Masterpiece Room. These are all paintings he owned. Wow. What an amazing centrepiece on this incredible table. Look at the chandelier and all. I'm just listening to the audio of it, and that chandelier has got 1,800 pieces of hand-cut crystal. Must be the ballroom. What an amazing house. That little piano has got a date on it, 1772. So all these paintings in here were captured from the Spanish Royal Collection by the Duke. So he pinched them all. Well done, Duke. That's pretty incredible. That is an inkwell made of the hoof of Wellington's horse from the Battle of Waterloo. So there was many attempts on Wellington's life, so he started carrying that pistol around, a flintlock pistol, to protect himself. I've noticed there's quite a few French people having a look around this house, just to remind themselves of when we beat them. But yeah, what a place. I think that painting there really captures the Battle of Waterloo. Look, there's troops as far as the eye can see. Must have been absolute chaos. Artillery at the front here. What a fantastic painting. Arthur Wellesley, the first Duke of Wellington. Apsley House and the Wellington Arch was fantastic. If you like history and you want to learn stuff, well worth a visit. I've always seen pictures on these railings all my life. They've been selling pictures on here. This is in along Piccadilly. Do you think they're actual originals though? I think they might be. Some of them are alright. There's a few good ones amongst them. But yeah, I need a sweet treat now, don't I? Right, see if we can find something down here. That's the Ritz to the right hand side. I think there's a nice bakery just round the corner here. We'll have a little look. I'll have tea at the Ritz another time. It was actually a little bit further on down the road. There it is, opposite Chestnut Bakery. Let's see what they got on offer. St James's Street, back to where I started. Got some good choices. I like that end the best. So what would you go for? The salted caramel pecan thing on the end, the almond croissant, sticky cinnamon bun, pistachio and raspberry croissant, pistachio flan. Wow, that looks good, doesn't it? Tiramisu. There's one of them left down there. Or any of them, I don't know. This thing's grabbing my attention. But look at this thing next to it. Oh mate. Okay, I'm gonna go for the sticky cinnamon bun, $5.25. There it is. Oh, I can't make me mind up. I'm tempted by the pistachio flan, $6.25. Look at that beauty. I'll surprise you. Right, so I've walked all the way back to St James's Park. I think he's had one too many, that fella there. And I made my mind up in the end. I went for the sticky cinnamon bun and The pistachio flan. I better hurry up because I think it's going to rain in a minute. I'll tell you what they like. They look delicious. I think the two of them was 11 quid. Bit outrageous, but who cares? Oh my days. Look at that beauty. Oh mate. That is absolutely out of this world. That's me review. I'm not very good with words. I'll show you the other one. Next up, the pistachio, was it? Flan. Look at that. Oh mate. Right, I'll have a bite. See what it's like. Oh my god. That is amazing. I think I've overdone it though. I think I'll be laying down there with him in a minute. He's on the piss and I'm on the cakes. Right, let's finish these. I might have overdone it a bit here. I think I've got to go and have a lay down in a minute. They were both amazing. I think this one, the flan, might just win it for me. But both incredible. Chestnut Bakery, Piccadilly. Highly recommend it. There's a storm blowing in. Right, I better say me goodbyes before it starts pouring down with rain. But yeah, what a great day. I started off over there at the iconic photo gallery. Pretty amazing. Where else did we go? Oh, Wellington Arch and Wellington's home. Incredible too. The old shops. I forget now. Go back and watch it all. You know what to do. But yeah, great day in London. Fantastic this area. Sort of St James's, Pall Mall, Piccadilly. It's a beautiful part of London. The rain's coming down. I need to get at the station a bit lively. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.